Why is it open season on Russell Wilson?
Everyone thinks he's fake, and I don't think people like fake.
People think he's phony. People think he's a phony. It's all an act.
Because I think Russell Wilson is one of the least authentic personalities we have in this league. I think Russell Wilson is a poser.
Russell Wilson has crossed the Rubicon of no one believes you ever.
Russell Wilson is a public enigma. He has an exciting playing style, squeaky clean good guy image, and yet he is also widely believed to be inauthentic. His fourth quarter comebacks and beautiful deep passes are not enough to overcome the perception of a fake, carefully crafted persona. Russell's authenticity has produced several moments for his critics. Russell has lived out dreams and nightmares on the football field, from winning a Super Bowl in his second season to losing a Super Bowl in heartbreaking fashion in his third. He has been through a lot, and he's shown remarkable resilience and a level of mental toughness few can rival in sports. He maintains a celebrity lifestyle, gives back to his community, and appears to be a great father. But none of these things have been enough to avoid the stigma of being labeled a fake or phony. Why is that? Is there a root cause or action to this characterization, or is it a media creation based on the frustration of a few disgruntled teammates? Welcome back to Unlikely Success, where we want to inspire you by highlighting the success of others. Today, we're going to dive into Wilson Ways, Russell Wilson's public persona.
Let's ride.
To understand how Wilson's public perception evolved, let's rewind to the most pivotal moment in Russell's career, the Seahawks' Super Bowl loss in 2014. Russell would give a post-game interview with his emotions in control, which raised many eyebrows, since after a crushing loss, it's hard to relate to someone who can control their emotions this well. The Seattle Seahawks never fully recovered from this Super Bowl loss, and Russell Wilson would become the focus of animosity. His hefty new contract also fueled teammates who may have already been side-eyeing him.
It had to get to the point where he chose Russ or the defense. And after the Super Bowl loss, he kind of made it pretty clear who he was choosing.
Russell's large deal and new relationship with pop star Ciara seemed to be changing his public perception.
You know, I work the NFL honors. I work the red carpet. Kelsey comes by. Rodgers comes by. Russell Wilson shows up with his sunglasses and his wife, and I think they think they're Jay-Z and Beyonce, and they will literally put their hand up and say, no, we're not talking. Why? Because you think you're that cool, and you're that famous, and you're that amazing, and everything is so perfect.
Russell was no longer the underdog third-round draft pick who had won the 2013 Super Bowl. Instead, he was now a well-paid star quarterback with a celebrity girlfriend. Over the latter half of the 2010s, Russell would lead the Seahawks to 6 more winning seasons with a winning record after the Super Bowl loss. Let Russ cook became the team mantra over this span, and Russell would be a perennial MVP candidate. While never receiving an MVP vote, he was always part of the conversation. His 3-5 playoff record over the span meant the teams never got back to their earlier Super Bowl success. Past teammates would continually question Russell's leadership and the treatment from the Seahawks.
People have so many questions about the Russ situation in Seattle. And what happened there? Was he getting preferential treatment? Was he getting treated better? How valuable was he to
All the while, Russell would occasionally acknowledge one of these comments, but he would never engage in a full back and forth. Russell also seemingly gave himself the moniker of Mr. Unlimited.
I think I have an alter ego. His name's Mr. Unlimited. Yeah.
Which was a bit cringy, but his mindset and play were backing up the nickname, so the corny nature was generally forgiven. While Russell continued to make his strides on the field, his influence off the field became greater and greater. Let's shift our focus to his off-field endeavors that showcase a different facet of his persona. Russell would grow his brand and family with his now wife, Ciara.
The NFL star shared a sweet video from their late-night hang with newborn son Wynn, who has already...
Russell is an active participant in charitable works with the communities that he's been a part of. He's even won the Walter Payton Man of the Year in 2020. The Walter Payton Man of the Year is an NFL award that recognizes the most outstanding player in community service and charitable aspects. Winners have often talked about how much this award actually means to them.
He's Walter Payton Man of the Year. The Walter Payton Man of the Year is the highest award that you can really receive in the NFL because it goes to not what you did on the field, it goes to what you did off the field, what you've done in the community.
Russell has been part of several business ventures, including attempts to bring a Major League Baseball team to Portland, Oregon, and becoming part owner of the Seattle Sounders, an MLS team in Seattle. Through all the success, though, murmurs of unhappy teammates and coaches were picking up steam. As the years went on, the perfect image of Russell Wilson in Seattle was starting to show cracks in two ways. One, the form of former coworkers who were feeling as though they never had a genuine relationship with him. And two, Russell insinuating he might not be happy with the direction of the team or management decisions made.
Are you involved in personnel decisions? Have you been involved in personnel decisions?
Not as much. I don't, I think that,
Do you want to be involved, Russ?
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it helps to be involved more.
The next chapter takes us to a pivotal moment that redefined his trajectory. Fast forward to 2021, amid changes both on and off the field for Russ. After the first losing season of Russell's career, the Seattle Seahawks shockingly traded him to the Denver Broncos.
Welcome to my happy place, where the views are spectacular and the drinks are immaculate.
In an NFL scheduling stroke of genius, 2022's Week 1 would feature a Broncos-Seahawks matchup. Russell would be loudly booed as the Broncos took the field in Seattle. Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll would add fuel to the already burning fire by stating the following.
I didn't need the validation. I just wanted it. I just wanted to win. I wanted to win for all of the reasons that come along with this one. Maybe as much as anything is representing the guys that have played before. It meant a lot to those guys. And I was so thrilled to be able to hug those guys up and see them and look them in the eye.
Why did it mean so much to them?
Yeah, you figure that out.
The 2022 season was a complete disaster for Russell. The Denver Broncos were 4-11 in the games he started, and present critiques were added to the past voices, discussing Russell's brand of leadership.
But whenever you start thinking back to how this all happened with Team 3, and Russ trying to stay babyface, in Team 3 basically saying, the offensive line's not that good, the offense isn't that good, he wants to be a top 5 quarterback, doesn't think he'll be able to do it here in Seattle. And I assume Team 3 was telling Russ, hey, we'll take all the heat. It'll be us that's saying it, you don't have to say anything. It sounds like that didn't work.
The change of opinion in popular media on Russell Wilson happened swiftly. In the past, Russell's on-field success kept those voices at bay, but now it was open season.
Like 1 yard, you need 1 yard. Run the ball. Run the ball.
Every week of the 2022 season seemed to add a new voice who was calling Russell fake, questioning whether he was a real leader, or suggesting that he had always been phony.
We're starting to hear Russ is very high maintenance.
I think there's a lot of setup for Russell to get buried, and he rightfully is getting buried.
Now that we've covered some of the moments leading up to present day, we are ready to circle back to our question. Why do past teammates and media members consider Russell Wilson to be fake or phony? The answer to this question is wrapped in a lot of human emotion. Russell's speeches and interviews are carefully planned and thought out. He has spent the last decade plus building a public brand, but that brand does not let us behind the curtain. Russell is a well-respected NFL player, successful businessman, terrific father, and faithful husband, but the public still wants to feel a connection. Russell is shunned for the veneer of his image and lack of flaws in his perception.
Personal stuff, we can talk about Russ being, clear eyes, full hearts. Here we go. Hey, listen.
His unwillingness to engage in sparring with critical teammates and moments of cringe are spotlighted, rather than his ability to push past incredible failures and shortcomings. Russell removes emotions from all decisions and prepares like a demon to chase greatness. He has made hundreds of millions of dollars and found personal success, but without a major change to how he approaches media, many will always see him as a corny phony. Russell Wilson is everything we want in a role model athlete. He cares about the game he plays, he has a devout faith, a spectacular personal life, and consistently does the right thing. But we feel disconnected from who he truly is. Do you actually think he can shake the label of being called a fake or a phony? The media and past teammates relished the opportunity to communicate their thoughts on his persona, but will they get the last laugh? Could they have other reasons for these comments or kicking him while he was down? In my opinion, Russell is unfairly being criticized for attempting to give the public what he believes they want. I'd love to hear your thoughts and whether you agree or disagree. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and keep chasing your success.